All right, we'll begin started right at 1:33 p.m. Central Time. All right, welcome everyone to Unlock Alabama's demo day. We're very excited to share what our 5 interns have been up to during the course of their internship. My name is Emmanuel Perez, and I serve as the head of mentorship for Unlock Alabama. And we'll be describing what that is in just a few seconds. I also served as the interns mentor and their manager. And so we are very proud of the progress that they've made and very excited to show you what they've been up to. And you'll hear directly from them in their own words. Start off a little bit about Unlock Alabama. We're a platform and community for Alabama's next generation builders and creators. Currently, we're creating an 8-week cohort this upcoming summer that will run from mid-May to mid-July, lasting 8 weeks. And our interns actually got a chance to preview what this program is like by testing it out themselves. So our interns actually got the longer side of the program spanning 12 weeks itself. Now, Unlock Alabama wouldn't be possible without the Innovation Portal. This Innovation Portal is a nonprofit incubator and co-working space located in Mobile, Alabama. The Innovation Portal connects founders with mentorship, resources, and networks to launch and scale businesses in Alabama. And they also have many other programs that they're connected to. And Unlock Alabama is the newest program that was born out of support of Innovation Portal. Now, about this internship, we accepted 5 interns hailing from 4 HBCUs, and this internship lasted over the course of 3 months. Now, they were tasked with quite a lot during this internship. I think this was a very rigorous internship, being number one, that they built an idea from conception to something tangible. 2, they literally made progress for 12 weeks in public. And number 3, they were tasked with a new learning during a lecture, and they had to apply it immediately over the course of the week and share the results and document it. By documenting it, by building in public, and sharing what they've learned with the entire world to see. This was not optional. So for the program itinerary, first you'll hear from Team Moxie, and we'll break, and then you'll hear from Team Metal. So these 2 teams, as these interns that just had the craziest schedules. First off, I just want to say all 5 of our interns went above and beyond. Not only did they complete our program, but they also had the full load of classes, plus other responsibilities as campus leaders. And so we'll go ahead and get started with our first presenter, Mr. Bukata Mubanga, and then we'll move to Ms. Zina Abdul Salam. We'll break, and then we'll continue with Team Metal following the break as the next set of interns will resume from their classes and drop in to present.
Thank you so much, Emmanuel. Good morning, everyone. So let me just share my screen and present. Okay. Can everyone see my screen?
Yes, sir.
All right. So let's get started. So good morning, everyone. My name's Bukata Mubanga. I'm a mechanical engineering major at the prestigious Alabama Agricultural and Mechanical University. And today I'll be speaking to you about my project called Epicase. So I have realized the problem. After conducting market research, I realized that people forget who use EpiPens usually forget them. Existing solutions to this problem are quite bulky and inconvenient, and in emergency situations, this access delay can be life-threatening. My solution to this problem is called EpiCase, a compact, attachable EpiPen case that clips onto your keys, bags, and lanyards. This is designed for easy access and everyday access carry. And as you can see on the right is a design of my product. So how did I go about basically building this product? Well, I conducted market research to try and find out what the problem is. And after identifying the problem, I was able to create a concept of what I want to create, which is an attachable EpiPen case, which is compact. After designing that concept, I went on to create a computer-aided design drawing of my product. And between creating the CAD design and prototyping with 3D printing, I've been able to get feedback from people who have helped me improve my product. And also through testing, I've been able to modify the product to ensure that it meets the needs of the wide population. So my iteration journey has been quite lengthy. It's taken me about 12 iterations to fully develop this product. On the left, as you can see, was my very first design. And on the right is what I have. These are CAD models of my designs. So throughout this journey, I've been able to get feedback and tested the product. And I've made changes such as adding a hinge mechanism and also magnets to ensure that the EpiPen case is closed fastened, and also explored different materials. And I found out that PETG is the best material for this use case. So this internship program has been beneficial. It doesn't only help me build a fully functional product, it has also allowed me to be able to create a website for my product, EpiCase, to be able to promote it. You can scan the website. You can view the website by scanning the QR code. It's also allowed me to build detailed Substack posts, which if people are going through a similar journey, they can view. And I've also been able to gain skills in social media promotion by promoting my product on platforms such as LinkedIn and X. So for my analytics, there are three main metrics which are very important for me. The first one is social media interaction. Through Instagram, I've been able to get 100+ social media interactions, which shows that my product is something people love. And I've also been able to get 20+ direct feedback through DMs and also in-person interviews, which have helped me be able to evolve my product. I've also been able to get engagement from a multitude of different companies, including the United Kingdom, Cyprus, my home country, Zambia, and the United States, which shows that my product can be used in a wide range of regions. So this is a demo of my product. So in my hand, I wish you could hear the video, but in my hand is a gray version of EpiCase. It comes in multiple colors. I also have the black one there. And as you can see on the product itself, there is the branding EpiCase. And so how the product works is that it's closed to the bottom with the help of magnets, which helps it stay fast and closed. And in a moment, you're going to see me opening it. So that's me there opening the product. And I was able to estimate the right dimensions of the EpiPen case using an EpiPen trainer, which I'm going to insert into the product. So if you have an EpiPen, you're going to be able to put it in. And you close it with the help of the magnets and attach it to your lanyards and keys so that you can have it with you always. So what's next for my product? Well, I want to ensure that this could be readily accessible to everyone. So I need to make optimizations towards the design so that it could be mass 3D printed. I also want to test it in real life with people who actually use the product. Fun fact is, a couple of weeks ago, someone reached out to me asking if they could actually buy the product, which could be a good test case. I also want to explore ways and means of reducing the cost of 3D printing, because 3D printing can be quite expensive. It can be quite cost consuming. And also I want to continue growing my community on social media platforms such as Instagram and possibly YouTube. I'd love to say a huge thank you towards the Fuel Alabama internship program for pairing me up with Innovation Portal, and also the Unlock Alabama program for giving me the opportunity to create a fully functional product, which was just a concept in my mind at some point. A huge thank you towards my mentor, Emmanuel Perez, and also my manager, Paul Lockett, for giving me this opportunity. Now I'd love to open the floor to any questions.
If you have questions for Bukata, now is the time to ask them.
For the customer that reached out, how are you handling like getting them to the next steps? Have you given them like an actual case yet? Like what's going on?
Yeah, it's a great question. So, a couple weeks ago, as I mentioned, one of after posting something on LinkedIn, someone reached out to me saying this is something they actually need to use for their child. And so their child usually loses his EpiPens, and so he's trying to make sure that he can always have them with him. And so how I'm going to go about this is, at that point I had not finished creating the product, but now I have. So I did offer not to sell it to him because I'm an international student. So there are kind of limitations on what businesses I can start, but I did offer to send it to him for free. I would want to use this as an opportunity to be able to test my product, and he was happy with it. So probably in the weeks to come, I will probably send it to him and just get feedback on how the product is going to work for free. And then moving forward, what I hope to do is I hope to maybe partner with someone who can help me go about the business side of the product.
Have you thought about stylizing them, adding some art to them, making them cool, having them come in different colors?
Yes, so as I mentioned earlier at the start of the video, I have printed multiple different colors. At the start of the demo video, I printed multiple different colors. I have printed black, gray, maroon, and I'm also looking to beautify them more because I have realized that after conducting those analytics, the age group of people who I'll be working with are teens and young adults. So what my next steps are going to be is probably invest in multicolored 3D printing. So the 3D printer which I have is not multicolored; it only prints one color at a time. So that could be a way I could use a way I could go about actually making it more attractive towards my target market. Any other questions?
I saw we had a hand raised earlier from Madison. Madison, do you still have a question?
Oh, that wasn't a question. I was trying to clap for Bukati. I couldn't figure that out.
Okay.
All right.
All
Well,
right.
thank you so much.
If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me later on. I would also like your feedback as I continue developing the product. Thank you.
Next on the stage, hailing from Alabama State University, we'll welcome Ms. Zina Abdul Salam.
Hello, everybody. Just give me a minute to share my screen. Okay, so good afternoon, everybody. My name is Zinat Abdusalam. I'm studying biomedical engineering at Alabama State University, and I will just walk you through what I did in the past 12 weeks. So I was specifically under the Unlock Alabama Academy as Paul, as Emmanuel described. So I was working, building my project in public, and I also did an event in public through this session, and also attended lunch and learn meetings with industry leaders where I was able to take things and learn about different strategies to launch, and also built tools using a product using AI. So when I was a freshman and I wanted to start in a lab, start doing research, I approached a professor, and the professor gave me papers on his lab and to read so I could learn about what he was doing. And when I took these papers back to my dorm, I opened it and it was just so overwhelming for me because of the dense technical languages. And the data was just so hard to interpret alone because I hadn't reached the stage where I could have learned these concepts yet. And this is the problem for so many other students or people in general. And that is where paper play comes to play. And so Paperplay allows you to upload and analyze research and or articles instantly, and it just simplifies this dense concept. So what you see in Paperplay is 6 guided questions per levels, and you have a mastery based progression. If you fail, so you can repeat the level if the threshold isn't met. So as you pass, you see the 10 point pop up for correct answers, and there's also a leaderboard that is designed to encourage user growth. There is also a user account that saves progresses and allows you to resume where you left off. And this Paperplay is geared towards students, professionals, entrepreneurs, anybody that is just curious about a paper or a concept and hits a play wall and wants to just learn more about something. So after doing some user interviews, I was able to collect their insights, and this is what some people had to say about it. Some people said they love the flow of the app and they believe it to be a powerful tool for people. And some other persons said they currently use my product, and it helped them when they were writing a research paper, and it's going to be a huge tool for them going forward. And this is just a QR code if you want to see how it works. Just to walk you through the development process of my app, firstly observed that the same struggle I was struggling with, is what other people are also dealing with. And then I built an initial version which is very different from what it looks like now. And also, I now made iterations later on, and this included features like figure decoder, a PDF upload, and an improved onboarding and content flow. So just to walk you through what's the app, how the app goes. So you just upload a research paper, whether through a link or through PDF, and it's going to analyze it. Firstly, it's going to give you the summary of the research paper, then divides into different levels. And the levels really talk about what the problem the research is trying to solve, what tool or method that is being used, what is being changed or tested, what the results are compared to the control, and why does it matter. And you have the research rankings by your rights that just shows you the user engagement, and your research library that allows you to save your research or allows you to just go back or resume to where you left off from. So for my metrics and analytics, I have total of 30 users now, and sessions of them 37 sessions that indicates when the user opens the app in the foreground. And I have a geographic reach of 3 countries that span from the interactions between X, Reddit, the research app itself, and LinkedIn. So for the key insights, the users are actively engaging, and most of the sessions came through direct trafficking. So that means that when I was dropping the link, probably through the LinkedIn post, people were clicking it through there. So some of the challenges I faced were my Google account got flagged, so I lost a lot of data and I had to migrate into a new account, but my data was later restored, and I was still able to continue with building. And then the quizzes answers were inconsistent at first. So what you would have is the answers being probably like the second option all the time, and then I refined the prompt to make it a random arrangement for reliability. And then at first, when I started the Unlock Alabama program, I had social anxiety when it came to building in public, but then over probably the 3rd week I got rid of it, and I just started to post seamlessly. And some of the impacts that this paper that this project is supposed to some of the impact that this project is supposed to reach is students who are actively engaged would retain the content more significantly than passive readers, and this is what paper play targets. And if it's adopted at a single institution, it could significantly reduce the dropout rate from research-heavy courses. Also, it helps students or individuals to build confidence in reading research and could increase participation in research programs in general. During the program, I successfully hosted an event on campus where I introduce non-technical and technical students to vibe coding, building with AI tools like Replit, and also introduce the students to the inaugural Unlock Alabama course that is happening this summer. And after the end of the showcase, after the end of this event, I did a showcase where the students came and presented what they had built during the workshop. And this emphasized the importance of AI to new builders and creators. Some of the lessons I learned during this program was the importance of iteration and improving based on the user feedback. Also, I developed resilience and adaptability when I faced some technical challenges, and I also gained confidence in my ability to solve a problem when things didn't go as planned. I would like to thank the Unlock Alabama team, for Alabama, for giving me this platform to build and to also grow. And I also like to thank my manager and my mentor, Emmanuel and Paul. And thank you for Brooks for also sponsoring the event that I had on my campus. And I would like to open the floor for questions. Thank you.
One question I have is to just because I'm a software engineer, I'd like to know like what language model you use to be able to do this. How are you like actually decomposing the papers into like quizzes and like what does it like what does it actually cost right now? Like are you actually hitting anything that has any cost? Are you using free LLM services?
Okay, so for the first part of the question where you said the language model, so currently I use the AI agents to build, but for the way it analyzes, so I use the Google Gemini API keys to analyze the research, then moved it on to Replit. So that's where the analyzing comes from. And then for you asked the question about subscription or something like the
Yeah, the
price.
cost of
So as Bukata also said, I'm also an international student. So for now, I cannot charge, and it's free for students to use because I believe that knowledge is free too. So I think students should be able to use it for free.
how much does it cost you to run the cost of like actually using the LLM hosting the website?
For now, I think it could cost $20 a month.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Zena, what's next for the future of Paperplay?
Okay, thank you for that question. So for the future of paper play, I'm planning on integrating paper plates into a website. So I'm currently a volunteer and I work with a company called Put Me On, and they have about 20,000 followers across a lot of platforms, and they also have a website where students can access resources for free. So integrating this tool into their websites and allowing students to access this paper play as another resource would be a future for paper play, and also conducting more user interviews to get the concept of, oh, what do students actually want to see, and what do, or like what is the future too, for like more iterations.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right. Well, there are no further questions. Thank you, Zena, for presenting. We'll now transition into our break. We'll resume in 5 minutes at, I gotta do time conversion in my head. That'll be 2:03 p.m. Central Standard Time. So I'll see you all in 5 minutes. Thank you. All right. Well, welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that 5 minute break. We'll now be resuming into part two of demo day. This time we'll hear from Team Metal, and kicking off our presentations will be Miss Natasha Muhammad, hailing from the Talladega College.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon.
It's brief. We all I put the on right. Type it on.
Okay, just a second, please.
Brianna got Dixon.
Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and begin. So hello, everyone. My name is Natasha Mohammed. I'm a junior cybersecurity major at Talladega College. I am a Fuel Alabama intern, and my company was Innovation Portal. And I'm proud to say that I'm a builder in their Unlock Alabama program. So this is how I started my builder's journey with Mr. Paul Lockett, Technical Director of Innovation Portal. I had a very warm welcome, and that's how I started to be a builder in public. So what I realized was that there's not much channel dedicated to cyber awareness with a mixture of student life. And that's why I started Cyber with Nats. So Cyber with Nats is a YouTube channel dedicated to informing others about cybersecurity while mixing student life, business, and career tips. You must be wondering why I have a blank screen. So the reason why I have a blank screen is because I started this journey without knowing what to do, to go, or how I would develop my product over time. But with the Unlock Alabama program, I was able to successfully launch my platform from just an idea to creation. And the next slide, I'm going to show you how I created my intro to my YouTube channel. So as you can see here, this is how I started with the blank white page. And I didn't have any music on it or anything, but I built on it weekly with the constant mentorship of the Unlock Alabama program and Emmanuel Perez. And I was able to successfully build my intro. Now on my channel, I have both long form and short form videos. I specifically, how should I say this? For Cyber with Nats, I specifically what I did was to create both long form and short form videos. I tried different styles of creation. So I also had the opportunity to include both my peers and others into my channel. In addition to my YouTube channel, I also created Cyber with Nats website. As you can see, this is a demo of my website. And what it does is to take you directly to my channel, my LinkedIn, and my YouTube. I'm also going forward, I'm going to also incorporate my TikTok on it because I also was tasked with launching my TikTok channel in public. And as you can see, it's fully up and running. Outside of building in the Unlock Alabama program, I was conducting a research on the digital literacy paradox, bridging the gap between knowing cybersecurity and having cybersecurity instincts. I created Cyber Shield to supplement my research, and what it does is to collect data, and it has a mentor, AI mentor, and it also has a research data feature where it could collect information. And I'm going to show you. So this is a video I created on YouTube as well for my senior seminar presentation. My mentor, Emmanuel, he told me that it would be a good idea to document my journey, and I did just that. So I had no idea I would actually build Cyber Shield, but coming along in the weeks, I was able to successfully launch Cyber Shield. And as you can see here, I'm testing the AI mentor that works. And this is just my favorite video that I created on my YouTube channel. As you can see, this is Bokata right here. We're all playing golf, top golf. And it was a part of our professional development session with Fuel Alabama. Now, as a result of this, as you can see, I started my journey without knowing how it would turn out. And I'm proud to say that I now have over 5.6K views on YouTube and over 117 likes. As you can see on this side, I have many different videos that I many different videos that I created. And on TikTok, as you can see, I have over 3,000 views, with my top video being the event that I posted, the poster for the event. And this is just a summary of Cyber with Nuts Lunch and Learn that I hosted. A special thanks to Unlock Alabama for sponsoring my event. I had a wonderful time planning and making the event successful. As part of being a builder in public, I learned a lot from this journey. I learned how to do content creation, website creation. I've learned how to network with industry professionals, and that's from the Lunch and Learn series that we had weekly. And I also learned how to leverage many different AI tools, uh, developing entrepreneurial skills. And the most important thing I've learned is to be consistent, because while I was building in public, I didn't know that I would have a fully functioning platform. But as I went on each week, I've seen the constant improvement, and it shows that building in public actually works. In conclusion, I would just like to thank Innovation Portal, my mentor, Emmanuel Perez, Paul Lockett, and the rest of the Unlock Alabama team, Mr. Brooks, for sponsoring. And next, I would like to continue building more projects. I would like to continue to grow my platform, as well as to pursue a career in cybersecurity. And if you would like to get in touch with me, this is my contact information. I also have QR code to my website. You can scan it. And thank you so much for listening.
Thank you, Natasha. And now we'll open up the floor for questions.
I have more of a comment than a question. I just wanted to say congratulations for going all the way through, even though you didn't initially have an idea. Because I know it takes, like, some people would just like run from that, like if they couldn't come up with an idea, and you stuck through it. So good job.
Thank you.
You talked about networking with professionals. I'm interested to know, like, who you talk to. What is what exactly happened there?
Well, I spoke to many different people throughout the weeks, and I would say the main one was when I talked to you, Mr. Lockett. What I got so much from our little not interview, from our meeting. I was able to successfully speak to someone within cybersecurity, as you told me to do, and I got so many different perspectives on what and where I could take my career. And you also mentioned that I should also uh, like interview someone within cybersecurity, and I think that made such a difference to my journey, because now I'm able to see like where I should go from here. So thank you for that. And Mr. Emmanuel Perez, uh you also introduced me to this learning platform called Okta, and now I have a cybersecurity learning certification that I can take. So before, I didn't have the opportunity to do all of this. So I'm really grateful for the program for that reason. And I even met Mr. Ben Kaiser, who successfully told me everything he know about content creation. And now I can use all his information to make my channel more impactful.
Yeah, I saw
Oh,
one of those like on YouTube. You had a couple of shorts that had like a couple thousand views. It's pretty crazy. Like, what's the
yes.
like any reflections or lessons from like getting like starting to post videos and then having some videos like start getting a whole bunch of views in comparison to others?
Yeah, I think that for me personally, I'm learning to see like where I want to take my channel. So I'm seeing whether like people like when I post like the lab contents versus like me talking. But I think overall, I think it has a lot of potential. I know it does, but I'm just trying to build and as I go along and just to grow it even more.
Thank you, Natasha. And next, we'll move on to our next presenter, Mr. Goodluck Badiwole.
How's everyone doing?
Doing good. Doing good.
I see my screen.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Hey everyone, my name is Goodluck Badiwole. I'm a junior computer science major at Alabama University, and this spring I had the opportunity of working with Alabama and specifically with Emmanuel to build chess and sports. So like I said earlier, I'm Goodluck Badiwole. I'm more focused on the back-end side of software engineering, and yeah, when I first joined Unlock, I thought it was going to be like very challenging in this that I was skeptical about what I would get from Unlock Alabama, but I've been getting a lot of good skills from both Emmanuel, not only Emmanuel, but other that come in. Basically, they come to be able to give us their feedback, their experience, and also from their mistakes. So my project, why did I build Chess Blind Sports? I've been chess for about 5 years right now, and there are times when the game I make a mistake, then I play another game, the exact same mistake, which leads to another loss. And over time, it becomes frustrating and very annoying. So I decided to build chess blind spot. And the original goal of chess blind spot was basically to just analyze your chess games and detect your blunders. And that was just it. So chess blind spot for everyone who plays chess, and there are 100 million users of chess, and chess specifically 90 million plus users, which gives me the potential to scale my app to other platforms. So on the two, I basically had the idea for a while now, but Unlock Alabama helped me with this idea from just an idea to a real project that actually works. And we can see over here, I had just an MVP that worked. I mean, it didn't really work, but it worked. And that sort of bugs, things like showing there is a piece at a certain position on the board when it's actually there. So essentially, accuracy was wrong and everything else wasn't working. But right now, Chess Blind Spot is an interactive chessboard game that helps you to replay your blunders until you develop a skill to be able to improve on those blunders, and that sort of other features that I'll be explaining later in this. So over here, I have a demo. I'll go ahead and paste. So just as 3 seconds to it, we have the analyze page, the page, and the practice page. The analyze page basically allows you to your chess username and gives you a brief info about the blunders, things like 5 blunders, also the top 5 blunders per game. The insights page, I created this because I got enough feedback asking if they could get a deeper dive blunders, because they wanted to learn about blunders by phase, blunders by time control, and more detail about the blunders they make. Lastly, we have the practice page, and this page is you get to drill the mistakes you have been making up until them. So it's recommending certain style of mistakes that you made. Then it gives you practice until you're able to fix the mistakes. And as you can see from this demo, basically did a walkthrough from the analysis page to the practice page. So moving on, week 1, I basically worked on just creating, brainstorming to get my idea. And week 2 was where I came up with my MP3 with help of my other fellow interns I worked with. Then week 4 to 5, I worked on the landing page. Week 5 to 6, that was when I got feedback on wanting the insights page. I decided to build from scratch. Week 6, I got insights. I also got insights and feedback from users asking for practice page so they can improve their skills. Then week 7, I was YouTube demo, and this was actually one of the first time I made a video on YouTube. It was kind of like difficult trying to figure out how to do it and how to like edit the video. And one thing that I actually did while working on it was I found a bunch of bugs and I couldn't actually work on the YouTube demo. So I had to put that aside, try to fix the bug first before working on the YouTube demo. Then week 9, I built a custom analytics in Superbase. Week 10, I launched and I did the campus event, which was success with the help of Imran Brooks. Special thanks to them. So did I take from my original plan? Obviously, yes, I did. So with the original plan, I did have a practice page to help that to improve. But with feedback I'm getting from users, I was able to like know that, oh yeah, they needed an insights page, they needed a practice page, and all this would be possible if I was building in public. And that's where Alabama comes in. Gave me the idea that being public was more important than waiting until your product is perfect before shipping it. You don't need to wait until it's perfect to ship it. You just need to build in public and get feedback as you build. So these are some of the metrics I've gotten over time, over the past 12 weeks. And my page spiked during the campus events. I was able to get users to test it in real time and also provide me feedback. And personally, I built blind spot with Unlock Alabama over the past 12 weeks. I've been documenting on LinkedIn, Substack, and YouTube. Although I've documented on YouTube only a few times. Then the app still working just like I said earlier, the analyze page, the practice page, and the sites page. So one of the hardest moments was the YouTube demo we spoke of earlier, and some of the things that I fixed during 12 weeks was the analysis time was slow, and I tried to like upgrade, try to improve the performance time so as well user engagement. Also, the mobile kept breaking, but with the help of my friends and other user feedback, I was able to improve them. Then some of the things I learned, I would say the most important thing I learned was then improve it. And that basically when I said what I meant when I said you don't have to wait until it's perfect to ship it. You need to build in public to get those user feedback and improve while you're building. Then some other technical skill again was PGM press, passing about first responsive design and so on. So one thing I would say was the campus demo was actually it was successful, but I didn't know seeing the campus event was other than I thought it was. So like I got a new idea about those campus events. I was able to learn some things I need into consideration when doing that. And special thanks once again and Emmanuel for success of the program I studied on local Alabama. So what's next for Chess Blind Sports? Although this program is going to be over, I'm going to continue developing it, obviously, and I plan to integrate other chess app like this because I do want to get additional users to my current users so as to scale to higher level. Then, yeah, chess isn't just a game. Actually, helps to build your cognitive skills, things like your problem solving, critical thinking, and so on. And all these are important not only in your education but your everyday life. So if you're not improving on skills, you remain stagnant, and that's where transport comes in. It helps you to improve on those skills and in your daily life. Thank you. And if you'd like to try out the app, just visit chessblindsport.vercel.app or sign code on the screen and directly to the dashboard. Sure.
Thank you so much. Good luck. And now we'll open up the floor for questions.
Were you
Yeah, I've been in the chess
a chess player before, or is
Yes.
this something that you came up with for the project? Yeah, I think I saw like the process
you.
of you making your things. This is really cool to see it finished.
How do you see like getting more users? Like do you see folks like continue to use the application for folks who are generally going to be playing on just how many ways to up their game? Have you
Yeah, so definitely.
Like
so
always on
chess have a feature where you analyze games, but theirs is more isn't as detailed as mine because kind of they don't specialize in only analysis. They kind of allow you to play game. But where I come in is I specialize in only analysis, and so that gives the edge over them to be able to like give the from chess.com more detailed feedback. And I want to keep just coming back is by continually reminding them that chess blind does exist and hosting that campus day and other events that would allow me to like get engagement feedbacks. Additional questions?
Awesome. All right. All right. Well, thank you. And next, last but not least, we'll have Miss Madison Zobish from the Tuskegee University.
Thank you guys. All right, let's see. Trying to share my screen. All right, here we go. All right, everybody. So now introducing the Tuskegee Continuum. So for starters, hi, I'm Madison Zobish. I'm an Innovation Portal intern. I'm also a sophomore business finance major at Tuskegee University from Atlanta, Georgia. I'm passionate about using business technology and finance to create innovative solutions that improve access and opportunity within communities. As you can see here, some of my backgrounds, skills and interests, a lot of which I actually developed through this internship. And my journey with Fuel Alabama started from an email I received from an academic advisor. I joined to explore innovation and entrepreneurship, and through that experience, I began building a real solution to a problem I saw every day on campus. So the Tuskegee Continuum is the hub for student support. It is an AI-powered chatbot that centralizes Tuskegee resources and provides students with instant, accurate information. My why is because I noticed that students constantly struggled to find information and often relied on delayed or excessive messages through Outlook or GroupMe or even word of mouth, and I wanted to simplify access and make information equitable for all students. My original goal was to create a centralized, easy-to-use platform where students can quickly find answers without confusion or delay and gain at least 100 users within 12 weeks. And my users obviously Tuskegee University students, especially incoming freshmen and students who may not have strong campus networks, but still need or want to stay informed with what's happening on campus. So my MVP, I started with the basic chatbot trained on general campus FAQs, but I actually went over my data cap. And now the Tuskegee Continuum can answer questions about campus resources, events, and departments in real time, giving students quick, reliable guidance in seconds. Over the 11 to 12 weeks, I built and trained the chatbot from scratch, conducted user testing, refined responses and structure, and documented progress and shared updates. And I absolutely did pivot throughout this process. Originally, I focused on wanting the chatbot to be this all-knowing tool, but I went over my data cap and I even looked at other platforms because of that original goal. But I pivoted to prioritizing focusing on information that's most sought and kind of condensed to improve clarity, usability, and relevance. So actions and experiments, I conducted student interviews, I tested chatbot responses, I iterated prompts and training data, I gathered real-time feedback, and I integrated information from multiple sources. And I launched through a shareable link to Tuskegee students for testing, feedback on Instagram, Threads, LinkedIn, and within student groups. And over time, it evolved from a simple chatbot to a more refined, user-focused tool with improved accuracy and expanded knowledge. And so here's a quick demo. Here's a QR code for you to scan and test it on your own. Ask the chatbot any of your own personal questions. But here's a quick video of me just asking, to give me 3 quick fun facts about Tuskegee University. And as you can see, it was easy as 1, 2, 3, and it gave me an answer. As a builder, I gained a builder mindset, new skills and aha moments, and wins from building in public. I learned that a builder mindset requires constant iteration, feedback is essential for growth, and execution matters more than perfection. I also learned how to refine and train AI tools, the importance of user-centered design, and how powerful small solutions can be. And from building in public, I increased visibility of my project, allowed for more feedback and engagement, and as overall a stronger final product. So my next steps include expanding the database, increasing student adoption, and exploring integration across campus systems. What could have been better was more time for development and deeper access to institutional data that would have strengthened my project. And Unlock Alabama helped because it gave me the structure, mentorship, and environment to turn an idea into a real working solution. So my favorite slide, achievements, challenges, and metrics. So my top 3 metrics were that I engaged 161 students, I gained over 6,000 impressions across social media platforms, and I integrated 452
It
resources.
just
Wait, can
turned
you guys
on.
still see my screen? Okay. I saw that my thingamajiggy went away. I'm not sure why it cut okay, on this side. So yes, my top 3 metrics were engaging 161 students, gaining over 6,000 impressions across social media platforms, and integrating 452 resources. To me, progress looks like increasing usability and growing the student adoption. Achievements that I'm proud of are building this functional AI tool from scratch. I had no prior knowledge about building an AI chatbot. When I joined the Innovation Portal team and I was tasked with developing a project, I was just kind of like, oh, that would be neat. But it was just a twinkle of a thought in my mind with actually no experience or no knowledge of how I was going to execute this. Also, opportunities from alumni and faculty to make this project bigger on campus. I serve as a university ambassador, so I come in contact a lot with university officials, as well as alumni, and they're just so impressed and they want to help me be able to scale this project, as well as just creating a solution with real campus impact. That was one of my biggest things when I joined the team, was that I wanted my project to be able to serve and benefit others. And challenges and how I overcame them. 2 of my challenges were an overload of data and making responses accurate. I solved these problems by refining and condensing inputs to be informing but not overwhelming, as well as testing and updating the
Madison,
chatbot weekly.
your presentation screen went off again.
You know what? No problem. Sometimes The Tuskegee Continuum is more than a chatbot, it's a step toward a more connected, accessible Tuskegee. This project reflects my commitment to innovation, service, and creating impact through technology. Building solutions that serve people was my goal. Thank you to the EDPA and Innovation Portal. So now we'll open the floor up for questions.
It seems like you set up 400 and you engage like more than 100, almost like over half of that, like beyond reaching that goal. How do you see like your next goal with this particular project? Are you interested in kind of keep going with it, working with more students? Like what are your thoughts around this?
So I definitely want to keep growing on it. So my next goals that I have in mind are just allowing this to be a like tool that like you go to tuskegee.edu and you know how sometimes you go to websites and they have that Q&A section or they have that chat, but I want that to be there where you can click on that and you can ask questions. Or even within like our online learning platforms, Canvas, I want you to be able to go in Canvas and that be a drop down menu like, oh, you need help, go to the Tuskegee Continuum. Or within our own like personal systems when it comes to like paying your financial aid, your housing. You have a question, I want that to be there as a resource to help you. So that's honestly my next goal. And as well as for like groups on campus like admissions, as well as faculty, like the Office of Administration and the bursar to be able to use and integrate this as well.
Cool.
Any more questions?
I have a question. So Madison, you've been able to essentially ingest all of the resources and knowledge located at Tuskegee University. Are there any plans for you to copy and paste this or build chatbots for other universities or other HBCUs?
Yes, like doing this, I say all the time, as a builder, your first time executing a project is not going to be perfect. Building is never, ever, ever, ever perfect. But this experience gave me the confidence to be able to do this for other businesses, other universities, even other schools, just like people who like would want that. I would honestly be like, yep, all right, I'm on it. I can do this.
Amazing to hear.
Any more questions?
All right. Well, thank you, Madison.
Thank you. Thanks,
Cool.
Brooks. I feel the love.
And lastly, I want to give a huge thank you to all 5 of our interns, to Bukata, to Zena, to Good Luck, to Natasha, to Madison. Thank you. Thank all 5 of you for trusting in us in Innovation Portal in Alabama, and myself, my instruction. This program was put together quite fast. As I told you from the jump, that we operated just like a startup. And this Paul put the ball in my court and was like, "Yo, we start in 2 weeks." And I'm very thankful for you all for working with me and trusting in me. And I'm very happy to see the progress you've made in just 3 months. I can't imagine, if you continue your journey, your building journeys, how much you'll transform in the next year. Next, I want to give a huge thank you to the Unlock Alabama team, to Paul, to Brooks, to Summerlin. Thank you all for helping me with this internship program. I also want to thank Mr. Todd and the rest of the Innovation Portal team for supporting our efforts and making this happen. Again, for the interns, this is a two-way street. As much as you have learned from our program and our instruction, we have learned from you. And thanks to you, we'll be able to craft a wonderful 8-week cohort experience launching this summer. As Brooks said in the comments, you're more than welcome to participate as a builder and or as a guide, because you've all have learned amazing skill sets and you have so much to share. So we're very thankful for that. Lastly, I want to thank the team at Fuel Alabama for picking such one of the hardest working group of students I've ever worked with before. Such amazing interns. It's been a pleasure to get to know you all. I'm here if you all need anything. And lastly, last but not least, I want to thank the audience for coming through to show your support. Thank you to the audience members that couldn't be here today or watching virtually. Thank you for supporting our 5 builders as they built in public. Your likes, your retweets, your comments, your reshares, your DMs meant a lot to them and a whole lot to us. And I'll go ahead. If Paul, do you have any other closing thoughts? I know Brooks said he was able to speak at the moment vocally, but he did leave a kind note in the chat. All right. Well, thank you everyone for attending today. It's been amazing to have you all. We'll send out the interns information and along with their websites and their builds following this event in an email, so you can stay tuned and follow them and see the cool things that they're up to and see their new iterations. And with that, we'll bring this program to a close. We also hope for the guests attending this call, if you're interested in applying to Unlock Alabama, I'll go ahead and drop that link in the chat if you'd like to apply as a builder or as a guide. Also, I do want to thank the interns one more time because this is their second time presenting. They already had to present this week for Fuel Alabama, and I asked them to present again. So thank you all for sticking it through. We appreciate you greatly.
Thank you, Emmanuel. You held us down throughout these 11 to 12 weeks.
No doubt, no doubt. All right, and with that, we'll officially close out. Thank you all. We're here if you need anything at all. We mean that. One thing Paul says is infamous for saying is we want to see you win. And so yeah, whatever you need, we got you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Peace.
Bye.
Bye everyone.